Thanks for joining me again. I'm Beth, naturalist with the Johnny Appleseed Park District. And this morning we learned a little bit about how trees are different from each other, but have things that are the same as well. Trees can look very different from each other on the outside, but inside they actually are all the same. It's kind of like people. We all look very different from each other on the outside, but inside we're still all the same. What do you say we talk about what goes on the inside of a tree? And to do this, I am going to use my naturalist superpowers to turn you into a tree! Woo! Oh, this is going to be great fun. Now, those of you that bought a camp kit, there is within the camp kit this piece of wood. It is a cross section of a tree trunk. It's as if the tree fell down onto the ground and then we did slices of it like you were slicing up a hot dog. And then you can see from the slice the inside of the tree. We call these tree cookies, but they're not good to eat, so don't try to eat them. But what a great term that is. And we're going to talk about what's going on the inside of the tree. Now, first thing to notice, there is right in the center some very hard wood. It's called the heartwood of the tree. It's what allows the tree to be very straight and tall and grow nice like that. You don't typically see trees just sort of wobbling around, unless of course the wind's pushing them around, but normally they are very rigid and straight and tall, and that's because of the heartwood. Now, did you know that you can actually hear the heartwood? Yeah, you can. If you go to a tree and you put your ear on it and you listen really quietly, you can hear the heartwood. And you know what it sounds like? It sounds like this. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so campers, become a tree heartwood with me. I want you to stand really tall and straight and stiff, and then make the sound. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now, we all know that trees and other plants need water in order to grow. Where do they get the water? Oh, you are right. They get it from the ground, and they use a structure called roots, which grow under the ground to slurp up the water into the tree. What do you say we become roots? Are you ready? I want everyone to get down on the ground, and you're going to spread out your legs and spread out your arms, and we're all going to become roots. And I want to hear you really loud slurping up the water. Oh, that was good. Now, roots are bringing in the water, but we need something in the tree to be able to bring that water from the roots all the way up to the tree. And there's something in the tree called the sapwood. And that's right next to the heartwood. The sapwood is what brings the water from the roots up to the rest of the tree. So, campers, let's get down like this. We're going to gather up the water from the roots, and then we're going to bring it all the way up the trunk of the tree to the branches and then onto the leaves. Here we go. Whoop! All right, now our arms are becoming branches and our fingers become become leaves. We've brought water from the roots all the way up the tree to the leaves. And the leaves have a very important job. They have to take the water from the roots, they have to combine it with the energy from the sunlight, and they combine it with something in the air called carbon dioxide, which is actually what we humans breathe out. They combine all of that in the leaves through a process in order to make food. It's a sugar. They make food. Did you ever see a tree eat a hamburger? No, not at all. They don't actually eat food like we do. They are able to make it inside their own body through the leaves. So put your fingers up, get that whole process going. Take the root, the water from the roots, combine it with the energy of the sun and a little carbon dioxide to make food. And there's a big word to describe that process. Big science word. Are you ready for it? It's called photosynthesis. Woo! What a big word. Photosynthesis. So we're going to do a little photosynthesis in our leaves, making food. But now we've got to get the food from the leaves down to the rest of the tree where it's needed. And there's something in the tree called the inner bark. And it's right along the edge here, called the inner bark. And the inner bark is what takes the food from the leaves back down to the rest of the tree. So here we go. Get your branches and your leaves up, making some food, doing a little photosynthesis. And now let's take the food and get it down to the rest of the tree. Here we go. Woo! All right. Now, what do you say we put that all together? Are you ready? Here we go. Everybody down on the ground. Let's be roots. Slurp up some water. And then gather the water from the roots. We're going to bring it up in the sapwood. Whoop! All the way up the branches into the leaves. Leaves, take that water, combine it with the sunlight and a little carbon dioxide through photosynthesis to make some food. And now we've got to take all that food back down the tree where it's needed in the inner bark. Here we go. Woo! All right, we made a tree, but you know what? We missed one other part of the tree. The tree is completely surrounded by this outside layer called bark. And bark helps protect the tree from insects and bacteria and viruses that might get in and make the tree sick. So the last thing we're going to do today is become bark. Bark is strong and it protects the tree. So let me see you be a big strong bark. I'm strong. I'm protecting this tree. All right, campers, we made a tree. Thanks for hanging out with me today. We will see you again soon. Bye.